Yo team, it's Sunday. Let's have a rundown all pairs. Again, lots of opportunities. Not a lot materialized last week, and they're still there, which is all euro shorts. But let me just start with gold. We obviously had a nice finish on gold, and also we took a loss as well for a fake out strategy, which we covered. But let's sort of see what it's doing at the moment. So we've had that liquidity spike into an all-time high, which we know as soon as this happens, we generally get a sharp projection. So let's have a look at the weekly, how it's going to close. So it's obviously going to close bullish. Obviously, there's a wick to fill, but most likely, what gold always does, it comes to fill the imbalance, which would most likely be a wick back to this area and then a continuation to the upside. So if we mark that weekly zone up there, now we've got that. If we drop down the lower time frames, we can start to line that up with a retest zone. So this is going to close as a hammer, daily hammer, where it broke the highs of this and then closed below. A bit of a weird sort of closure below the high here, which does have a major sign of a further retracement. 4 hour, obviously messy. 4 hour engulfing. 4 hour doji indecision, and then sort of a weak bearish hammer, and then we're starting to fill this wick. So obviously gold is still in this sort of range, but as soon as we break below this range, which I think we most likely will, which I said on Friday, we're going to see a retracement to at least this level along with these moving average curling up. Because similar to Bitcoin, things do not just go up at this gradient for long. They have to have retracements, which are healthy and completely normal for the market. So this weekly zone lines up beautifully with this daily liquidity zone as well on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Again, it lines up beautifully with this level. You can see on pretty much all time frames. So that's what we're waiting for. And if you remember on Friday, I said anything sort of above this range here is extremely, messy and bullish. So until we actually break below this level, it's hard to find shorts. I took a short from here last time and secured as soon as this candle sort of closed bullish here, and I saw those wick rejections, and I actually took a nice easy buy on the break of that hammer candle there, which a lot of you guys did as well. I think it was just really simple, and I closed here, hold runner to about 3,000, I think, and got out of it. But we've got a head and shoulders forming as well, which is obviously a major sign that we could see a reversal as well. But we've still got to break this neckline, and this is the neckline here. 2979.5 at this bodies here, because if you draw it here, which a lot will, we still have this traffic to get through, and this, just like this wick here, we rejected into this area and continues the upside. So we need that close below this level. Once we do, we then take the retest and take that short, and we've got an extremely large clean range here to fill, which is about 380 pips, which is obviously what we're going to look to catch. So things for gold looking really nice. And if we just continue going to the upside, which I don't think we will, obviously buys above this level we look for. I don't really like any of this range inside here at all. So let's keep our eyes on gold. UJ, all the yen pairs, well, not, I won't say all, most of them have been a bit rangy last week, not a lot of opportunities. But UJ is an interesting one. So it's starting to shift to the downside, in my opinion. I mean, you can't always identify trend. I mean, if you just look at this, there's not much for trend really, because we've just sort of ranging like this. So what's interesting, if we've made a lower high here, okay, we made a double bottom here, we've failed to make a new high, and now we've made a lower low to this. What it's looking like to me is we're going to possibly retest this level here, which we've not wicked into yet. So if we mark this weekly zone up here, I think looking short, taking shorts from this level, I think is the target. Daily time frame, pretty messy. I mean, this is very messy price action. I don't really like trading anything like this because it's not clean. Lots of indecision candles. But I think if we do wick into this area on the lower time frames, we could possibly see some shorts from this level. But again, I don't really like it. I'm just going to avoid that until it has a clearer picture. USD CAD, so there, man. USD CAD, again, pretty ranging pair, but I really like this level of liquidity here. We just keep rejecting from. So if you remember, once we had this break, this rejection here, I said I most likely anticipate a double bottom and then a push to the upside, which did exactly that. But I missed this because it was obviously probably not my session, or we were concentrating on the pair. But they did exactly that. Now we're back at this zone. And what's interesting is this is not as I wouldn't take this buy as much as I would take this one here, because we're coming to test it again, and we've failed to make a higher high, and we've made actually a lower high from all these ones here. So what's looking like to me, we could possibly see a break to the downside because it can't sustain this. So what I would like to see, a solid break below this level and then a retest, and I would like to take that short, because what does that also line up with? It also lines up with all these moving averages curling down, so we can use them as resistance as well to mark us up with this zone here, which I think would be a really nice short if that does come to light next week. Now let's get down to the euro pairs. So as we've been discussing, I'm still looking for large swing shorts on these, and euro CHF is looking like one of my favorite ones. So looking at the monthly, we can all identify we're bearish. Okay, bearish, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower high, and now we're making that new lower high, which we just rejected, into this level of weekly supply and also the 786 pullback. Let's go down to the weekly. Again, what I love to see is that wick filled in a break of that weekly high, that fake move. To then it looks like for me, we're going to reject now to the downside, and we have a beautiful clean range all the way down to this level of about 300 pips. Now let's go down to the daily. This is where things get interesting. So it's my favorite three touch into this zone, each one making a higher high, those fake moves. And on the 4 hour, what do we have? We have a fake out strategy on the 4 hour. I mean, this is a beautiful reversal formation. If you want to draw your wedges, you can, but I just I don't see the point, because I don't need to, because I wouldn't ever take just a break of this line. I use price action instead. So I won't use it, but you can sort of see that beautiful wedge pattern forming, which is into a major level of supply and demand on the higher time frame. So all we're looking for now is a pullback retest here and then push the downside. So we'll be looking to take that short next week. EuroCAD, I caught this from here, which was the level really you got to really. So yeah, you really got to catch these sniper entries with these to catch them like that. And all I went is look left and look where price rejects, and then sort of waited for some sort of price action to give me an entry, and it was just that double top there. But it was in a weird session time. It was like 4:30 p.m. just before the market closed, so I didn't send it because it was dangerous. And the spread goes extremely large in between sessions, and I didn't want you guys to take any losses not understanding how it works. But we've had that rejection. It doesn't mean we can't still take this trade. So things are starting to look nice to me. Now I'm just going to remove analysis for now and start from scratch. We've had a nice 4 hour engulfing. Again, that's a fake out strategy on the 4 hour from this high here. So what I would like to see, again, similar to Euro CHF, is some like early Euro bulls to obviously retrace to test this level and then a drive to the downside. So that's what we're waiting for. Let me just draw this up so we can have it all ready for next week. A retest in that zone again, which will form that head and shoulders, the left head, right shoulder on the lower time frame, so we can then take that short. Again, you can see it more clearly there. Sort of just had very low volume on Friday, as you can see here, so we're looking for a pullback and a short from that area. Euro USD, again, like I said, the short was from the weekly level, which was up here. So if you missed that, we're kind of getting in a bit late. Let's just have a look. So this is not my favorite at the Euro pairs, but it still most likely will correlate if we get some weak Euro against the USD. But we've had a nice liquidity swipe to the upside here on this daily, which I like, which hopefully will leave that wick, and then we can see some more downside. But at the moment, we're just sort of retesting this level of support to move to the upside. So Euro USD, not my favorite pair for looking for shorts at all, unless price action changes on that. Euro Award, very similar to EuroCAD. We've already got that ready. Obviously, range in here, so we could do see another pullback and then move to the downside. I was looking for this for Friday, but we just never got a deep enough pullback, which was here. And then we actually did during New York, and then it kind of a bit of a weird price action. But again, looking for shorts from this level. So there's a few Euroseat Chef, Eurocad are my favourites. And yeah, oops, Euro GPY slipped there by accident. Let's move it back there. And let's have a look at EJ. So EJ is also one of my favourite pairs. I just love trading it because it's got large ranges and it moves really nicely. So this is obviously going to close bullish, so not as keen on this trade. On the 4 hour, we're sort of double topped here, but there's nothing really that's giving me reversal formation yet, so I prefer other pairs than EJ. Let's move on to the pound. We caught a beautiful trade on GA on Friday. Really simple, 4 hour close below the lows to the triple top into a daily major level. So yeah, and actually went on for a 1 to 10 if we'd have held it. So there you go. That's the simplicity of how you can catch these trades. If you raise 1%, you just made 10% on one trade. Obviously, we secured here and here because I don't really like holding trades on a Friday. Personally, for me, it's Friday night as well, so I don't really like to be on the charts. Then it just goes to show that's how easy it is with a nice, tight, reasonable stop loss. I mean, there's no reason why I would have that stop loss higher above the highs here, So we caught a beautiful trade. I am short on GA, so we can still catch this if we get further retracements to possibly this level here. I think we can attack these shorts again. Really nice price action. This really clean. I mean, that's what you want to look at a pair. Beautiful, beautiful. Like you can see the bulls just starting to weaken, like higher high, higher low, higher high, no higher high, no higher high. That beautiful triple top formation, and then I move to the downside. So GA looking beautifully clean at the moment, which we'd love to see. Pound CHF, absolutely awful. Will not be touching that. GJ has not really given us much over the last month, to be honest. I mean, all we can do is look at that price action. We know why. We did catch a beautiful short from this level because it came up to our level of liquidity, but then was sort of broke above it here. So it's kind of, it's I can't think of the word. Sorry, guys. It's not valid. It's not valid anymore because we've had a break and another break here. So nothing really giving off any trades on GJ yet. A lot of indecision on that pair fundamentally, so it's weak, pretty neutral. Pound entered D. I was looking for shorts from this level, but we took GA instead. I mean, look how much similar that is to GA. Very similar pairs correlating to the New Zealand dollar and Aussie dollar, because obviously they're both linked to China as well over here. So very similar correlated. So we can sort of look for shorts on that possibly as well, just like GA. Pound CAD linked to oil a lot, so you can sort of correlate that. Kind of nice reversal price action on GCAD, actually. That's looking good for next week. I mean, look at that. So this is what you like to see on reversal. Higher high, higher high. Couldn't sustain another higher high. Then we broke below this support here. So this is looking beautiful for a possible reversal. So keep an eye on that for Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's see what happens. Mondays, we do not like getting into swing trades because generally they do not run. So we kind of hope that Tuesday, Wednesday, we get a sort of rejection now. So look at the daily. Things are looking nice on this pair. Let's have a look. A beautiful fake wick to the upside. Extremely overextended right now. Let's have a look left. See what we've got on GCAD here. So we're sort of looking. So you can see this is a beautiful level of liquidity here that we're just going into. Not much the same here, really. Kind of smashed through it there. Yeah, not much giving off on the weekly, but we're at a specific level starting to reject, and on the lower time frame, it's looking like we could see a possible short-term reversal. Now, obviously, because the weekly doesn't really line up with a lot of major zones, what we would do if we take this short, we just look for a short to possibly the next level here, because again, all we're looking for is what makes sense. So if we take a short from this level, we could possibly most likely see the next level here, downside, which is 120 pips, and that is all we need. We do not need more than that, and then possibly look for buys from this level. GU, nothing really there. Obviously, I went to send this trade in, and I end up never sending it, and it just would have ripped. Yeah, but we move on from that one. There's a few I forgot to send, really. Well, it just didn't come in my session, unfortunately. AUDUSD, bearish still on AU. I remember we caught, we just got stopped out on that one at the beginning of the week. But it moved. We're back in sort of that level. Kind of a lot of pairs are just range at the moment. It's been a weird month with obviously Trump coming in as well. Lots of change in the market. But you can see we're coming to triple top this beautifully. On the daily, what we're looking at, so this is going to close bullish, but we're forming kind of a nice daily head and shoulders here, left head, right shoulder. So the weekly, how's that going to close? Pretty weak. Yeah, possible shorts again on AU, but this is solely we're just looking for reversal price action, a triple top supply area, and that's it. Moving average obviously don't come into the play there because they're all below. Or JPY, really not giving much off there. That was a short. Did we take that? I can't remember. Did I forget to send that again? Pretty simple though. You can see left head, right shoulder broke, neckline, moving averages, boom. Pretty simple, beautiful trade. Odd CAD, not a huge range, nothing that gives much there. Odd into D. I've got some zones marked up here, so let's have a look at that. Looks like supply zone, very messy though. Yeah, I won't be touching that. Old CHF, looking very low. Not really pairs I trade. Entity USD, starting to get the pairs. I don't trade a lot, but sometimes we see good opportunities. We can attack them. Looking like we possibly could reject from this supply and continue shorts, but nothing that I'd probably take. That's really messy. Yeah, we never got the break over there, which we were waiting for. Kind of just retested that, continuing bearish. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I think euro we're looking at mostly, obviously gold, and possibly some pound pairs as well. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the charts tomorrow.